Hello there, thank you for staying with us and welcome to Face Off on Channels Television. I am Neota AB. Now, health is wealth, they say. Before the Christmas and New Year holidays, a lot of Nigerians were worried about how would they cope when the Nigerian Medical Association threatened to go on strike. They went on a few days of a warning strike and they came back just before Christmas, and many Nigerians breathed a sigh of relief. Now, a couple of days ago, the joint health workers also threatened to go on strike on the 15th of January unless certain conditions are met. Again, Nigerians begin to worry, what will be the state of the health sector? This is not the first time we're having strikes in the health sector. It has gone back and forth, and there have been some casualties resulting from these strikes. Why are they going on strike? They've talked about certain issues. They've had different issues they've had to contend with government. Some of them had to do with their salary structure, funding of the health sector, revamping the health sector, re-equipping, buying new equipment, and bringing it up to par with what's obtainable around the world. But still, the health workers have issues they need the government to work on. But then, the Nigerian out there, what is his plight? What is he going through? What are his concerns when it comes to health issues in the country? Well, that's what we're looking at today on Face Off. We have in the studio a health practitioner. Well, we had hoped we would do something different today. We hoped we'll have one of the members of the joint health workers, a member of the Nigerian Medical Association and a concerned Nigerian, but just at the last minute, the members of the Nigerian Medical Association called to say that they will not be on the show. Wonder why they will not be on the show? Well, we'll probably find out much later from them. Anyway, we have in the studio Mr. Felix Fanero, a leader of the Joint Health Services Union. I hope I got that right. A physical therapist and the president of the Union of Allied Health Professionals. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
And on this other side, we have Ademola Olayiwaju, a concerned Nigerian. He said he's just a concerned Nigerian. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much, Nota.
Gentlemen, we're looking at healthcare, issues versus service. What's the way forward? Let's hear your opening statement in 10 seconds.
Thank you very much. Healthcare delivery services are meant to be services that are rendered by health experts to the people of the public. And those who are trained to render these services are supposed to give the best of care to the people without considering anything, even for return. But when we begin to serve the country and the public we serve do not grant us justice, then you begin to wonder how you can continue to give the best services to the people. And this is been the cause of some kinds of industrial actions on the part of our unions over the years. On our part, we have seen ourselves as being unduly marginalized in the health system, despite the fact that healthcare professionals all over the world, including this country, are highly educated people, professionals who have quite a lot of training, similar to the others in the other sector, but one section has been considered better than the other.
I have to stop you there. Your 10 seconds expired like 10 seconds ago.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I think from all indications, especially what the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and some other international bodies are saying, the health sector in Nigeria can be said to be making some progress. But unfortunately, the progress that we've recorded over the past few years is being diminished or is being held back by the interprofessional rift between medical workers or health practitioners in Nigeria. My concern or my problem or my issues with that is how come ordinary Nigerians, how come the general public are the ones being used as pawns in this game? So, I mean, that is my point exactly.
All right. We'll take a quick break and then we'll return. We'll get down into the get down. We'll look at details. What are the issues that they're contending with? Some of the issues are the salary scale, nomenclature. That's between the unions here. That's the JOHESU and the NMA salary. Then appointment of the Surgeon General. We're equipping the tertiary health institutions and all of that, retirement age. These are some of the things they brought up. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away. And do remember, you can be a part of the conversation. Send your mails to faceoff@channelstv.com or tweet at faceofftoday, tweet at Neotagbe. And also, you can watch this program live on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/channelsweb. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away. Welcome back. We're looking at healthcare. Issues versus service. How do we move forward from here? The unions have their own bickerings, but the average concerned Nigerian also has his own concerns as regards the delivery of healthcare to meet his or her needs. Anyway, so as I said earlier, you can be a part of the conversation. Watch us live via our YouTube channel, youtube.com/channelsweb, or even on our website, channelstv.com or m.channelstv.com, or tweet at faceofftoday or at Neotagbe. Okay, Ademola, your first question.
Well, I mean, I would want to say this, that in all the issues raised by the healthcare professionals, one wants to know what exactly are the issues, what exactly is the problem this time around. Because we have just finished with a strike. You know, we had the warning strike at the Yuletide period with all its effects on the public. Here now we have another strike which threatens to be more crippling, because the truth is the JOHESU comprises of more health practitioners, and these are, you know, people who you would definitely need, ranges from the pharmacists to the nurses to the midwives to the radiographers to the physiotherapists. These are basically people you would need other than doctors in any hospital. So why another strike this time around, especially a strike that seems to be more in reaction to the NMA than to the existing health infrastructure problems that we have in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Let me, first of all, use this forum to apologize to Nigerians generally for not getting the best in the healthcare services in this country. It is very painful that it has to happen like that. But I want our Nigerians to know that on the part of the professionals, other than NMA members, we have been the most patient, most matured and magnanimous in the interest of Nigerians. We hardly go on strike. The current strike that we are contemplating is as a result of several years of injustice that have been meted to us in the health sector. And this dated back to as long as 1985, when Professor Olukoya Sankoti of good memory was the Minister of Health. What are the issues? We have observed between then and now that whenever the Minister of Health was a member of the Nigerian Medical Association, the nation suffers seriously. When Olukoya Sankoti was Minister of Health, 3-4 issues came up. Marginalization of other healthcare professionals, misinterpretation of extant rules to favor only the medical practitioners, deprivation of other healthcare professionals in salaries and allowances. As you will see, in 1991, that was what they call the MSS salary for medical practitioners, while other health professionals were just treated with almost nothing. At a stage, the Teaching Hospitals Act, popularly known as Decree 1985, which governs teaching hospitals, made it possible that the chief executive of hospitals should be medically qualified persons. But the medical practitioner, because he was a minister, it means interpreted this one to mean that only medical practitioners should be qualified to be the chief executive of hospital. And from that time, other health professionals have been victimized.
Mr. Afanio.
Yes.
Sorry, I think...
but I'm trying to give you background.
Yes, I understand. I can't understand the background. Okay. You know, what happened under Professor Olukoya Sankoti, and then the basic truth is that doctors were kind of put ahead of other health practitioners, if we can use that term.
Okay.
But the truth is, the effect on the average Nigerians, I mean, you say you tender an apology to the public, that is in order, okay? But that is not to say that you would not go on strike, and that is not to say that some lives may or may not be lost during the warning strike which you proposed to embark on. But remember that last year you had a strike. There was a strike under the aegis of JOHESU, after which there were negotiations with the federal government, and then they agreed that they were not going to appeal the judgment of the National Industrial Court, which was in your favor. But this strike this time around seems to be more in reaction to the NMA strike.
No, that's not
the government. And my concern, or the concern of Nigerians basically, is that how long are we going to play this game? The doctors go to the federal government, get a concession. The health workers, the other health workers, they also run to the president and say, okay, since you gave them this, then you must also give us this. No. And that keeps on going. How long are we going to have this?
That is not correct. If you had permitted me to give a summary of what I was doing, you would know.
Okay.
And then that will enable the public to know where the problems are, and then how the members of the public can come to solve the problem.
All right.
We are only looking at one aspect of the issue. The story that I started continues, and nobody has ever solved that problem, and the non-medical practitioners continue to be on the suffering end ever since till today. The issues are not resolved in our favor. I'm happy you observed that last year we went on strike.
Yes.
And when agreements were reached with us, you could have asked me, were they implemented? They were not.
That is the same claim of the NMA.
That is not correct. That's not correct. That is not correct. NMA went on strike in reaction to the fact that we won the case in court, and that they should not implement it.
I'm sorry, but that was not part of the agreement.
Excuse me.
Tell us about that.
I have facts.
That the only thing the NMA went to negotiate with the federal government was that they should not implement the National Industrial Court judgment, which was in your favor. That was the only demand of the NMA.
Just listen to me. I am not telling you lies. If NMA is listening to us, let them ask me the question. I will answer them. I have facts. Now, when we were signing agreement with government on the 27th and 28th on the 27th last year August, immediately NMA got to know that the government has signed agreement that they were going to implement that court. They were annoyed, and they filed in their paper. Go and look at the date of their paper. It was September. That if you give that to them, you must give that to us. And therefore, if we skip Congress 10, they must also skip it. That is one of their requests. And that if you read the newspaper May last year, when my union issued, we want a 10-point demand from government, they reacted immediately to say, if government gave it to us, they will go on strike immediately. Now, these are the areas where members of the public should be wary. And then number two, is NMA a registered trade union? Does NMA have power to go on strike? And why is the government even negotiating with them? These are the kinds of illegalities that are causing problems in the health sector. We are mindful of the fact that we should give services to Nigerians. But when we want to do it, and we are being deprived, we are being treated as if they are second citizens in our own country, NMA people will behave as if they are new colonial masters over us. This is the problem, and we cannot say that because if we are suffering, we should therefore keep quiet. We have kept quiet over the years. We are calling the Nigerian public to carry out their own investigation to know the problems in the health sector.
Sorry,
and that's the problem.
Sorry, sir. Like I said, it is quite obvious that this is basically a problem within the health sector among healthcare practitioners in Nigeria. Doctors go on strike. The healthcare professionals decide to go on strike as well. As Nigerians, I'm not in support of the NMA. I'm not in support of strike actions one way or the other.
Okay.
But I'm saying, for how long are we going to do this? Now, if your union, not your own, but the entire JOHESU goes on strike this time around and gets concessions from the federal government, what is to stop the NMA from doing the same next time around? Now, I'm not saying that you don't have the right to go on strike, or that you don't have the right to agitate for your demands. But why are the people always used as pawns in this game? And it is instructive, Nota, because last year we had a 5-month strike, the ASU strike, where students were used as pawns, and government had to give in to the demands of ASU. Coming to December, NMA went on a 5-day warning strike, and before you know it again, you are also going on strike. So how long are we going to keep playing this game of musical chairs where this person goes on